Hey there, and welcome to the Daily Manchester United News Show. Let's dive into today's top stories. Napoli chose Rasmus Højlund to be Victor Osimhen's successor. Napoli had considered making a move for Rasmus Højlund if their current centre forward Victor Osimhen departed the club this summer. A report from Italy, Tuttomercatoweb, reveals officials in Naples were planning for life after Osimhen, given the striker was attracting tangible interest from across the footballing world. A host of major European clubs were linked with the Nigerian forward, as well as teams from the Saudi Pro League. The possibility of a blockbuster offer from Saudi Arabia is thought to have led Napoli towards developing a contingency plan should Osimhen have been attracted by the exorbitant financial package on offer. The Italian club were intimately aware of Højlund's talents, with the Dane having faced off against Napoli twice in the league last season. It's a testament to the talent and potential for further development Højlund possesses that the champions of Italy considered him a viable successor to a striker such as Osimhen. The Nigerian returned 31 goals and 4 assists, playing a central role in helping Napoli to their first Serie A title in 33 years. His energy and work rate of the ball are also excellent, a constant source of angst for any defender unfortunate enough to line up against him. Hojlund possesses many similar attributes to his Napoli counterpart. A potent pairing of pace and power is matched with intelligent movement and a tireless work rate. He is the quintessential profile of a modern striker. Such is the young Dane's potential. Manchester United moved quickly and decisively this summer to secure his services from Atalanta at great cost. A deal worth a prospective £72 million was eventually agreed after weeks of fraught negotiation. Following his impressive showing against Galatasaray on Tuesday night, United's newest striker looks worth every penny. Hojlund scored 2 fantastic goals and would, but for the linesman's flag, have completed a memorable hat-trick at Old Trafford. His performance means he did not deserve to be on the losing side that evening. United fans will just have to take comfort in the fact Hojlund's future is in red and white rather than the blue of Napoli, and they may have Osimhen to thank for that. Saudi Arabian clubs will target Anthony Martial next summer. Nothing is going right for Manchester United at the moment, with 6 losses in 10 games in all competitions, with manager Erik under intense pressure. While the defense has been criticized in the Champions League, it's the forwards who have failed to bail out the team in the Premier League. Rasmus Højlund now has 3 goals in the Champions League, but is yet to open his account in the Premier League. Last season, Marcus Rashford could no wrong and was the team's top scorer. This season, he has managed only 1 goal so far. United's number 10, Anthony Martial, has once again remained a peripheral figure, a line that pretty much sums up his United career. He manages to show his worth in a few games, then an injury strikes, and he gets mainly used as an impact substitute who has very little impact. Ten Hag was impressed when he first arrived with the Frenchman's application during the pre-season and decided against moving him on, feeling he could get the most out of the former Monaco starlet. In the end, Martial started only 17 times and managed 9 goals and 3 assists, not too bad, a return, but he never produced a match-winning goal. And this season, Martial has started only twice and managed 1 goal in the Carabao Cup, and it does not look like he will usurp Højlund anytime soon. The French international was supposed to be the next big thing when he arrived, and while fans have sung his iconic song from the terraces, he has hardly ever repaid the club or the fans' faith. No major club came forward for him during the summer transfer window, even though United were open to his departure. A mix of his high wages and poor injury record means not too many clubs are willing to take a chance on him. There is where Saudi Arabia comes in, and as per Vigaches, clubs from the Saudi Pro League will try to sign him next summer. The player himself would prefer a return to his homeland, but Saudi can pay him a much higher wage. Andre Onana considering ditching AFCON to focus on club form. Andre Onana is considering missing the African Cup of Nations to allow him to focus on improving his form at Manchester United, according to a report by ESPN. Rob Dawson reveals a source has described the goalkeeper as reluctant to take time away from Old Trafford in January following his poor start to life in Manchester. The Cameroonian had previously quit the international team following a public dispute with the manager Rigobert Song during the World Cup in Qatar. The pair had reportedly disagreed over the team's tactics, which eventually led to Onana leaving the squad during the tournament. Onana agreed to return, however, for Cameroon's final AFCON qualifying match against Burundi. A 3-0 victory secured Cameroon's place at the tournament at the beginning of 2024, meaning Onana, if he attends the tournament, could miss a number of key fixtures for his club side. The goalkeeper had reportedly told Old Trafford officials he had no plans to return to his international team during negotiations for his transfer over the summer. Erik Ten Hag is said to be sympathetic to Onana's situation. However, given the pride any player would experience representing their country at a major international tournament, Onana has been selected for Cameroon's upcoming friendlies against Russia and Senegal, though he is yet to commit to playing at AFCON. Further talks are scheduled to take place between the goalkeeper and Cameroonian officials over this prospective decision. This may now be impacted by Onana's form at club level, however. He has been personally responsible for a number of costly mistakes since taking over the reins from David De Gea as United's number one. The match on Tuesday night against Galatasaray was lost in large part by Onana's individual mistakes. The previous Champions League match was a similar story, with a howler conceded to put United 1-0 down after a promising start against Bayern München. The goalkeeper is thought to be seriously considering skipping the AFCON tournament altogether to allow him to stay at Old Trafford and show his commitment to United. MUTV pounded calls on Ten Hag to do what he has not done yet with summer signing versus Brentford. Manchester United have been urged to switch Sofiane Amrabat into midfield this weekend at Old Trafford against Brentford. Manchester United have only recorded 3 Premier League wins this season, with 1 game left before the October international break. Opponents Brentford have only won once themselves, but are just 2 points behind and could climb above United with an away win. And the way Erik Ten Hag's side are playing right now, you wouldn't back them to beat anybody. Speaking to MUTV's The Debate, former United prospect Ben Thornley said the one big change he would make would be to move Sofiane Amrabat into midfield. Amrabat has been covering at left back for the past 3 games amid injuries to Luke Shaw, Tyrell Malacia and Sergio Reguilon, but after back-to-back defeats and Erik Ten Hag admitted the team is unbalanced, it's time for something new. Speaking to MUTV, Thornley said, "First and foremost, I would play Amrabat in the position he was bought for. That is what I would do straight away. We are not going to see the best of Amrabat in the position he is playing in, especially when he is coming up against speed merchants like Wisa. I think he might get exposed. Amrabat was exposed against Galatasaray, looking out of sync with his teammates as the game went on, playing match winner Mauro Icardi on side. United's midfield is still looking brittle, and Amrabat has been brought in to strengthen this area. Yet so far, Amrabat has not started a single game in midfield. This weekend would be an ideal time to change that." Jadon Sancho only wants to join one club in January as Man United impasse continues. Although the transfer window doesn't open for almost another 3 months, it seems almost certain that Jadon Sancho will be on the move. His situation at Man United hasn't improved since Erik ten Hag removed him from the first team environment, and with no sign of the player wanting to apologize to his manager or teammates, a simple act that's believed to be the first step in any reconciliation, then the only option for all concerned is that the 23-year-old leaves the club. Much was expected of the England international when he moved from Borussia Dortmund, but he's never really hit the heights. Perhaps the weight of expectation has sat heavily on his shoulders, given that it's believed Ten Hag allowed him time out of the club to address his mental health. Whatever the whys and wherefores behind Sancho's continued loss of form, that doesn't excuse his insolence towards his employers. It's a wonder that any club would want a player with such an attitude within their ranks, but it appears that Sancho is banking on a return to Borussia Dortmund. According to 90 Minute, the Bundesliga giants are the only club he wants to play for at this point, but whether they will be prepared to shell out a decent chunk of their transfer spend on a player whose reputation is on the floor is another question entirely. Qatari group led by Sheikh Jassim will not increase £5 billion offer to buy Man United. The Qatari group led by Sheikh Jassim bin Hamad Al Thani have no plans of increasing their £5 billion offer to buy Manchester United, according to the Times. The Glazers announced that they were exploring strategic alternatives for United back in November last year, which opened the possibility of a permanent sale. However, we are almost 11 months into that announcement, and there has been no progress thus far. Sheikh Jassim and Sir Jim Ratcliffe have been the front runners to buy the club, but neither of them have been willing to meet the Glazers' valuation of around £6 billion. Ratcliffe recently changed his strategy by proposing a minority 25% stake. The British billionaire plans to become a major shareholder in the coming years. Amidst this, the Qataris have no desire to improve their proposal and feel the Ratcliffe offer is a ploy from the Glazers to persuade them to increase their buy offer. Sheikh Jassim believes the £6 billion valuation is too high, considering the debts of £1 billion, while Old Trafford and training facilities are in dire need of modernization. The Times highlight that Ratcliffe's offer could be the more likely to be accepted. He is prepared to purchase an equal amount of Class A and Class B shares. When the Glazers made the announcement last year, the fans were anticipating a quick takeover in early 2023 or before the start of the summer transfer window. However, nothing of that sort happened. The saga has been a prolonged one with no progress whatsoever. The Glazers are adamant over their price tag. At the moment, there is no positive news from the side of Qatar and Sheikh Jassim. It seems like Ratcliffe could have the edge with his minority investment plan. This may not necessarily be a bad thing, but the big question is how much of those funds will go into transfer signings and the modernization of Old Trafford. The Glazers have not spent a penny from their own pockets since taking over in 2005. Ratcliffe needs to ensure his investment would directly benefit the club. Manchester United and Liverpool have their sights on Argentina's rising star Thiago Almada. Manchester United manager Erik ten Hag is under increasing pressure to deliver results after a dismal start to the new campaign, which has seen the club lose 6 out of 10 in all competitions. Injuries and off-field controversies have not helped, but what has really let the manager down is the form of his trusted player like Casemiro. The midfield has been a real cause for concern, while goals have been hard to come by for the team, and they are the lowest scoring among the top 12 teams in the Premier League. The People's Person has revealed that the club are mulling over making another addition to the midfield during the next transfer window. Quentin Timber of Feyenoord has been linked with a move after impressing scouts, and now Vigaches have revealed links with a rather surprising star. It's not always that the Premier League heavyweights scout in the Major League Soccer, but Atalanta United star Thiago Almada has impressed both United and Liverpool. He was dubbed as a talent to watch out for when he first broke through at CA Velez Sarsfield, and he has really gone from strength to strength in MLS. His form was hard to ignore, and he was even part of Argentina's World Cup winning squad, and his creative abilities have seen him get compared to Argentina's most famous son, Lionel Messi. While he mainly operates as the attacking midfielder with the license to create, Almada can also do a job when he played out on the wings. In his first MLS season, the 22-year-old had scored 7 times and registered as many assists, but in the current season, he already has 12 goals and 14 assists. His exploits have seen his market value soar to 27 million euros as per transfer market, and he could be one of the most lucrative MLS deals of all time once he does decide to make his next move. As we wrap up today's Manchester United news, remember to stay tuned for daily updates right here on the channel. Don't miss out on the latest updates, so make sure to hit that subscribe button and give us a like if you found this information valuable. Your support means the world to us. Thanks for watching, and until next time, take care.